Lately, small moments have started to feel different. A stubborn jar lid, a quick climb that suddenly takes more effort, the quiet pause you take before standing from your favorite chair. You're eating well, taking your supplements, moving as much as you can, but deep down, you know your body is changing in ways you can't ignore. You're not imagining it, and you're far from alone. Here's the truth that most doctors won't tell you, and it's something that affects nearly every person over 65. Your muscles aren't just getting older, they're becoming stubborn. There's a biological process happening in your body right now called anabolic resistance, where your muscles have essentially learned to ignore the very signals that should be keeping them strong and vital. It's like having a perfectly good key that suddenly doesn't fit the lock anymore. This isn't about willpower or giving up. This is about your body's chemistry working against you in ways that most people never understand. But what if I told you there's a simple morning ritual, something you can add to your coffee cup that could wake up those sleeping muscle-building signals and help turn back the clock on muscle loss? In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you a science-backed strategy that's helping thousands of people over 65 reclaim their strength, energy, and independence. And it all starts with your morning cup of coffee. Number 1. The problem of sarcopenia after age 65. There's a moment when you realize your body has been keeping secrets from you. Maybe it was last Tuesday when you struggled to open that stubborn pickle jar. Or perhaps it was 3 weeks ago when climbing those same stairs left you breathless in a way that surprised you. You pause, wondering when exactly your legs started feeling less reliable, when your grip became uncertain, when getting up from your favorite chair required just a little more effort than it used to. You're not alone in this quiet battle. Millions of people over 65 wake up each day feeling like they're living in a body that's slowly betraying them, despite doing everything they've been told to do right. You eat your protein at dinner, you take your daily walks, you try to stay active, yet something fundamental is shifting beneath the surface. The medical world has a name for this thief that steals your strength so gradually you almost don't notice until it's taken more than you realized. They call it sarcopenia. But here's what most doctors won't explain in terms you can truly understand. This isn't just about getting older, and it's certainly not about giving up or accepting weakness as inevitable. What's happening inside your body is a breakdown in communication. Your muscles have developed what scientists call anabolic resistance. Think of it like this. Imagine your muscles are a house, and protein is the building material. For most of your life, when you ate protein, it was like having skilled workers show up ready to maintain and rebuild your home. But after 65, it's as if those workers have become hard of hearing. They're still there, they still want to help, but they can't quite hear the instructions anymore. This resistance means that even when you're eating the same healthy foods, even when you're staying as active as you can manage, your muscles aren't getting the message to stay strong and rebuild themselves. Every day that passes without proper muscle building signals is another day of gradual loss. Your metabolism slows down because muscle is your body's engine. Your balance becomes less steady because those stabilizing muscles aren't getting the support they need. Your blood sugar becomes harder to control because muscle is where most of your glucose gets stored and used. The stakes here are higher than most people realize. Your muscle isn't just about looking strong or being able to lift heavy things. It's the foundation of almost everything that keeps you independent and thriving. It's what helps you maintain your balance so you don't fall. It's what keeps your metabolism running so you don't gain unwanted weight around your middle. It's what helps regulate your blood sugar and supports your immune system. In fact, recent research shows that people over 65 with more muscle mass have a 40% lower risk of death over 5 years compared to those with less muscle. The beautiful truth is this: your muscles are still capable of growth and strength, even now. They're just waiting for the right signal, the right key to unlock their potential again. And that key might be simpler than you ever imagined. Number 2, the role of protein synthesis and cellular signaling. Imagine your body as a sophisticated factory that's been running smoothly for decades, with workers who knew exactly what to do and when to do it. Then, somewhere around your 60s, something started to change in the communication system. The workers are still there, still willing, but the messages aren't getting through as clearly as they once did. This is the hidden reality of what happens inside your muscles as you age. When you were younger, every time you ate protein, it was like sending a clear, strong signal throughout your body. Time to build and repair muscle tissue. Your cells would respond immediately, breaking down that protein into amino acids and using them like building blocks to maintain and strengthen your muscles. This process, called muscle protein synthesis, happened automatically and efficiently. You didn't have to think about it. You didn't have to worry about it. Your body just knew what to do. But as the years passed, something fundamental shifted. Your muscle cells developed what researchers call anabolic resistance. It's as if the volume on your body's muscle-building radio got turned way down. The signals are still being sent, but they're not being received with the same clarity and strength. Even when you eat a perfectly good piece of chicken or fish, even when you drink your protein shake, your muscles might only be getting half the message they used to receive. The key player in this communication breakdown is an amino acid called leucine. Think of leucine as the foreman on your muscle-building construction site. When leucine shows up in sufficient amounts, it activates something called the mTOR pathway. This pathway is like a master switch that tells your muscles it's time to grow and repair now. When you were 30, even small amounts of leucine could flip this switch easily. But now, at 65 or 70, that same switch has become much harder to activate. It needs a stronger signal, a clearer message. Here's where the problem gets really personal and frustrating. Most people over 65 eat their biggest protein portion at dinner. By morning, those amino acids have long since been used up or cleared from your system. You wake up after 8 or 10 hours without protein, your body is in a breaking down mode rather than a building up mode. And then what do most of us do? We have coffee, maybe some toast, perhaps some fruit. We're missing the most critical window of the day when our bodies could be switching from breakdown mode to building mode. The science shows us that older adults need between 2.5 to 3 grams of pure leucine to properly activate that muscle-building switch. To get that much leucine from food alone, you'd need to eat about 30 to 40 grams of high-quality protein in one sitting. That's like eating a chicken breast and a half for breakfast, which most people simply don't do. So day after day, week after week, you're missing opportunities to tell your muscles to stay strong and vital. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just working with old information and old assumptions about what your body needs now versus what it needed when you were younger. The breakthrough comes when you understand that you can speak directly to that muscle-building pathway. Give it exactly what it needs to hear at exactly the right time of day. And the beautiful part is, it's simpler than you might think. Number 3, the practical strategy: coffee with leucine. Picture this. Tomorrow morning, instead of just going through your usual routine, you're going to transform your simple cup of coffee into one of the most powerful tools for preserving your strength and vitality. It sounds almost too simple to be true, but sometimes the most profound solutions hide in the most ordinary moments of our day. That first hour after you wake up is pure magic for your metabolism, even if you can't feel it happening. While you were sleeping, your body was in cleanup and repair mode. Your insulin levels dropped to their lowest point of the day. Your natural cortisol gently rose to help you wake up. Your digestive system had time to rest and reset. Most importantly, your body is now primed and ready to receive clear, strong signals about what it should do next. This is your metabolic sweet spot, and most people waste it completely. When you drink black coffee during this precious window, something remarkable happens inside your body. The caffeine doesn't just wake up your mind, it wakes up your entire circulatory system. Blood flow increases. Your cells become more receptive to nutrients. Your body shifts into a state of heightened awareness and readiness. It's like someone just turned up the volume on your body's ability to hear and respond to important messages. Now, here's where the magic happens. Pure leucine powder dissolves completely in hot coffee and has virtually no taste. It won't change the flavor of your morning ritual, but it will change everything about what that ritual accomplishes for your body. When you add 3 grams of pharmaceutical-grade leucine to your black coffee and drink it during that first hour of your day, you're sending the clearest, strongest possible signal to your muscle-building machinery. The beauty of this approach is in its precision. You're not asking your digestive system to break down a complex meal and extract what it needs. You're not competing with sugars and carbohydrates that might interfere with the signal. You're delivering exactly what your muscle-building pathway needs, when it's most ready to receive it, in the most bioavailable form possible. This is completely different from trying to get leucine from food sources. When you eat protein with a meal, your body has to work to digest it, separate the amino acids, and then hope enough leucine makes it to your muscles at the right time. But when you take pure leucine with coffee while fasting, it's like having a direct phone line to your muscle cells, instead of trying to shout your message across a crowded room. The research behind this is compelling. Studies show that leucine supplementation alone can increase muscle protein synthesis in older adults by up to 30%, even without any exercise at all. Just by giving your body the right signal at the right time, you can begin to wake up those sleeping muscle-building processes that have been getting quieter each year. For those who practice intermittent fasting, this strategy is particularly powerful because you're activating muscle growth without breaking your fast in a meaningful way. The small amount of leucine provides the anabolic signal without the calories or insulin response that would interfere with your fasting benefits. This isn't about replacing good nutrition or abandoning healthy habits you've already built. This is about taking something you already do every morning and upgrading it into a targeted intervention that speaks directly to one of the most important health challenges you face as you age. Your morning coffee is about to become your daily insurance policy against muscle loss. Number 4. Additional metabolic benefits of leucine plus coffee. What if I told you that this simple morning ritual could do far more than just preserve your muscle? That by addressing the foundation of your metabolic health, you might discover improvements in areas of your life you hadn't even connected to muscle loss. The truth is, when you begin to restore your body's ability to build and maintain muscle, you're setting off a cascade of positive changes that reach into every corner of your health and well-being. Think of your muscle tissue as the engine of your metabolism. Even when you're sitting quietly reading a book or watching television, your muscles are working for you, burning calories, processing glucose, and keeping your metabolic fires burning. Pound for pound, muscle tissue burns 3 times more calories than fat tissue, even at rest. This means that every bit of muscle you preserve or rebuild is like having a more efficient furnace in your basement, keeping your metabolic home warm and running smoothly. As muscle mass declines with age, something troubling begins to happen with your blood sugar control. Your muscles are like a huge storage tank for glucose, soaking up excess sugar from your bloodstream after meals and keeping your blood sugar levels stable. When that storage capacity shrinks, glucose has nowhere to go except to be converted into fat, particularly the dangerous belly fat that accumulates around your organs. This is why so many people find themselves gaining weight around their middle as they age, even when they haven't changed their eating habits. But here's the encouraging news. When you begin to restore muscle protein synthesis with targeted leucine supplementation, you're not just building muscle, you're rebuilding your body's natural glucose disposal system. Many people report that their blood sugar readings become more stable within just a few weeks of starting this protocol. Their energy levels become more consistent throughout the day. Those afternoon crashes and sugar cravings begin to fade. The benefits extend far beyond blood sugar, though. Healthy muscle tissue acts like a hormone factory, producing and supporting the production of hormones that keep you feeling vital and strong. Testosterone, DHEA, and growth hormone all depend on adequate muscle mass to maintain healthy levels. When you support muscle growth, you're also supporting the hormonal balance that affects your mood, your energy, your sleep quality, and even your cognitive function. There's growing research showing that people with greater muscle mass have sharper thinking and better memory as they age. Your muscles produce special proteins called myokines when they're active and healthy. These myokines travel throughout your body, reducing inflammation, supporting brain health, and even helping to prevent conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Perhaps most importantly, maintaining muscle mass is directly linked to longevity itself. A landmark 2021 study followed thousands of adults over 65 for 5 years and found something remarkable. Those with greater muscle mass had a 40% lower risk of death during the study period. This wasn't just about being able to lift heavy things or climb stairs more easily. This was about fundamental survival and thriving as you age. Your immune system also depends on healthy muscle tissue in ways that might surprise you. Those same myokines that support brain health also act as natural anti-inflammatory compounds, helping your immune system function more effectively and protecting you from the chronic inflammation that underlies so many age-related diseases. When you add leucine to your morning coffee, you're not just taking a supplement. You're investing in a comprehensive upgrade to your metabolic health that will pay dividends in energy, strength, mental clarity, disease resistance, and longevity. You're choosing to work with your body's natural systems rather than watching them slowly decline. Number 5. Step-by-step daily protocol. Let me walk you through exactly how to turn this knowledge into a simple daily ritual that could transform your strength and vitality. This isn't complicated, it doesn't require special equipment, and it builds on habits you probably already have. The key is in the details and the timing, so pay close attention to each step. Your day begins before you even think about coffee. When you first wake up, your body has been without water for 8 to 10 hours. Before you do anything else, drink a large glass of water. Add just a pinch of natural sea salt or a splash of fresh lemon juice if you like. This isn't just about hydration, though that's important. You're waking up your digestive system, stimulating your metabolism, and preparing your body to absorb and utilize the nutrients you're about to give it. Now, let's talk about your coffee. This needs to be black coffee, or as close to black as you can manage. No sugar, no honey, no regular milk, no cream, no artificial sweeteners. If you absolutely must add something, a small splash of unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk is acceptable, but truly, black is best. Why is this so important? Because anything that triggers an insulin response will interfere with the precise metabolic signaling you're trying to achieve. You want a clean, clear pathway for the leucine to do its work. Here's the critical part. You're going to add exactly 3 grams of pharmaceutical-grade leucine powder directly to your hot coffee. 3 grams is about half a teaspoon, but I strongly recommend using a small digital scale to be precise, at least until you get familiar with the right amount. The leucine will dissolve completely in hot coffee and won't change the taste significantly. Stir it well and drink it all. Timing matters tremendously here. You want to consume this leucine-enriched coffee within the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking up. This is when your body is most metabolically responsive, when your insulin is naturally low, and when the leucine can have maximum impact on activating your muscle-building pathways. Don't wait until mid-morning or afternoon. The early morning metabolic window is crucial. After you finish your coffee, wait at least 30 minutes before eating anything solid. This allows the leucine to be absorbed and begin its work without competition from other nutrients. When you do eat your first meal of the day, make it count. Include high-quality protein like eggs, Greek yogurt, or lean meat, along with healthy fats and vegetables. Avoid refined carbohydrates or sugary foods that could disrupt the metabolic momentum you've created. Here's something that will amplify your results significantly. Add just 5 to 10 minutes of light movement after your leucine coffee. This doesn't mean you need to run a marathon or lift heavy weights. Simple bodyweight exercises, like wall push-ups, gentle squats holding onto a chair, or stretching with resistance bands, will send additional muscle-building signals throughout your body. The combination of leucine and light resistance creates a synergistic effect that's more powerful than either one alone. Consistency is everything with this protocol. Plan to do this at least 5 days per week, ideally 7 days per week, for a minimum of 2 to 4 weeks before evaluating your results. Your body needs time to respond and adapt. Some people notice increased energy and improved mood within just a few days, but the real muscle-building benefits typically become apparent after several weeks of consistent practice. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. If you miss a day, just start again the next morning. If you accidentally add cream to your coffee one day, don't abandon the whole approach. The goal is to create a sustainable morning ritual that supports your long-term health and vitality, one day at a time. Number 6. Tracking results and real-life impact. The most beautiful part of this journey isn't found in research papers or scientific studies, though those are important. It's found in the quiet moments when you realize something has shifted. When you stand up from your favorite chair and notice it felt easier than it has in months. When you carry groceries from the car without that familiar ache in your arms. When you wake up in the morning feeling more rested and energetic than you have in years. These changes often begin much sooner than you might expect. Within the first 3 to 5 days of adding leucine to your morning coffee, many people report a noticeable increase in their overall energy levels. It's not the jittery, artificial energy you might get from too much caffeine, but rather a steady, sustained feeling of vitality that carries them through their daily activities with greater ease and confidence. Pay attention to your legs and how they feel when you walk upstairs or stand from a seated position. Many people notice that their legs feel more solid and reliable within the first week. The muscles seem to respond more readily, fatigue less quickly, and recover more completely between activities. This improvement in functional strength often translates into better balance and more confident movement throughout the day. Your mood and mental clarity may improve as well, sometimes dramatically. The connection between muscle health and brain health is stronger than most people realize. As your muscles begin to produce more of those beneficial myokines we discussed earlier, many people experience improved focus, better memory, and a more positive outlook on life. Depression and anxiety, which unfortunately become more common as we age, often begin to lift as physical strength returns. Blood sugar stability is another area where you might see rapid improvement. If you check your blood glucose regularly, you may notice that your readings become more consistent, with fewer spikes after meals and more stable energy throughout the day. This is your rebuilt muscle tissue doing what it's designed to do, soaking up excess glucose and using it for fuel. After 30 days of consistent practice, the changes often become visible to others. Family members might comment that you seem more energetic or that you're moving with greater confidence. You might notice that your clothes fit differently as your body composition begins to shift toward more muscle and less fat, particularly around your midsection. By 60 days, many people report transformation that goes beyond the physical. They describe feeling more like their younger selves, more optimistic about aging, more confident in their ability to maintain their independence and continue doing the things they love. Some discover they can return to activities they had given up, whether that's gardening, hiking, dancing, or simply playing with grandchildren without worrying about their strength or stamina. The beauty of this protocol lies in its simplicity and sustainability. You're not asking yourself to completely overhaul your lifestyle or commit to grueling exercise routines. You're simply upgrading something you already do every morning, using your existing coffee habit as the foundation for a powerful intervention that supports every aspect of your health and well-being. I want to challenge you to become your own scientist for the next 7 days. Start this simple morning ritual and pay attention to how your body responds. Notice your energy levels, your strength, your mood, your sleep quality. Keep a simple journal if it helps you track the changes. Most importantly, be patient with yourself and trust in your body's remarkable ability to heal and rebuild, even now. Your muscles are waiting for the right signal to remember how to be strong again. Give them that signal consistently and lovingly, and prepare to be amazed by what's possible. Your body has been trying to tell you something important, and now you finally have the tools to listen. What we've discovered together today isn't just about adding a simple powder to your morning coffee. It's about reclaiming the conversation with your muscles that somehow got lost along the way. For too long, you may have accepted that growing weaker was simply part of growing older. That feeling less steady on your feet, struggling with everyday tasks, or watching your energy fade was just the price of aging. But now, you know differently. You know that your muscles are still capable of responding, still ready to rebuild and strengthen, if only you give them the right signal at the right time. This morning ritual we've shared represents something much deeper than nutrition science. It represents your choice to actively participate in your own vitality. Every day you add that leucine to your coffee, you're making a statement that says, "I'm not done being strong. I'm not finished living fully." The beautiful truth is that the solution was simpler than you imagined, and more powerful than you dared to hope. Your morning coffee, that comforting ritual you already cherish, can become the foundation for preserving your independence, your energy, and your confidence for years to come. Think about this for a moment. Which part of today's message spoke most directly to your heart? Was it learning that your muscle loss isn't inevitable? Was it discovering you can take action with something so simple? Or was it realizing that your strongest days don't have to be behind you? I'd love to hear about your experience with this protocol. Share your story in the comments below. Tell us how adding leucine to your coffee changes how you feel and move through your days. Your journey might be exactly the encouragement someone else needs to begin their own. If this message gave you hope or opened your eyes to new possibilities, please share it with someone you care about who might need to hear it too. Growing stronger together is always better than struggling alone. Remember, every morning brings a new opportunity to choose strength over surrender, vitality over resignation. Your coffee is waiting, and so are your muscles.